Papa steak, mac and cheese sauce. Got my steak on the board, time to slice it right. Sermon of flank, we cooking good tonight. Bell pepper in my hand, red and green so bright. Onion making me cry, but it's still alright. Garlic in the pan, smelling nice and bold. Add a little pepper, spice like gold. All-purpose seasoning, paprika too. Soy sauce, get your flavor coming through. Mac and cheese, oh yes please. Baked in the oven with that pepper steak grease. Cheddar and mozzarella melted with ease. Creamy, cheesy, bring it to your knees. Boil that pasta elbow style, let it cook just right. Not too
Hey guys, welcome back to the Green Family Lifestyle TV.
smooth, add that cheese now.
And today we're going to be making pepper steak baked mac and cheese. So guys, just stick with me. I have the steak here. I have the vinegar, seasoning salt, this browning, sazon caliente, parsley, the corn oil, black pepper. So guys, stay tuned while we get the meat washed up. Alright guys, so I'm going to be using Lacina vinegar, and we're just going to pour it in. Alright guys, so you kind of want to clean it up. I think that's about good because it's not really sticky anymore. Let's just give it one more. Stay tuned while we get the meat cut up. Alright guys, check back in. So we're going to get the meat sliced up. I'm going to cut it into thin slices. So stay tuned while we get it cut up, guys.
Papa steak, mac and cheese sauce. Got my steak on the board, time to slice it right. Sermon of flank, we cooking good tonight. Bell pepper in my hand, red and green so bright. Onion making me cry, but it's still alright. Garlic, add a little pepper, spice like gold. All-purpose seasoning.
Alright guys, so that's about half a teaspoon. So I'm going to get that in. Next we're going to get in half a teaspoon of seasoning salt. You just want to get it like that, guys. Alright guys, so we got our spoon washed up. Next we're going to be using the sazon caliente. And we're going to be using about 3 teaspoons of this. So 1 teaspoon. 2 teaspoons. Gonna get the black pepper in, and we're gonna use a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And that's about half there. A little bit of the parsley. About 2 teaspoons. Guys, so we're gonna get the meat mixed up. Make sure it's all blended well. You don't want one piece of meat to just have all the seasoning on it. Alright guys, so these are the veggies that I'm going to be using. I have the scallion here. I have a cucumber. I have onion. I have ranch. We're going to be making a salad later. I have mozzarella cheese. We're going to do 1 bag of the mozzarella. I have 1 block of sharp cheddar cheese. It got shredded up, so I'll pull that out in a little bit. I have penny noodles is what I'm going to be using for the mac and cheese. they soak up the cheese and sauce much better. I'm going to use 1 egg. I'm going to use some thyme. And I'm also going to use some carrot. And we have the lettuce here for the salad.
Got my steak, garlic in the pan, smelling nice and bold. Add a little pepper, spice like gold. All-purpose seasoning, paprika too. Soy sauce, get your flavor coming through. Mac and cheese, oh yes please. Baked in the oven with that pepper steak grease. Cheddar and mozzarella melting with ease. Creamy cheese.
Alright guys, so this is the seasoning I'm going to use in the steak. So I'm just going to get it cut up. I'm going to use the thyme, the scallion, the onion, and pepper. So just stick to them while I get it all cut up. Alright guys, so we're going to start with the onion, but before we cut it up, I'm going to get it washed, so stay tuned.
Bell pepper in my hand, red and green so bright. Onion making me cry, but it's still alright. Garlic in the pan,
This whole onion, but I'm going to thin slice it, okay?
spice like gold. All-purpose seasoning, paprika too. Soy sauce, get your flavor coming through. Mac and cheese, oh yes please. Baked in the oven with that pepper steak grease. Cheddar and mozzarella melting with ease. Creamy cheesy, bring it to your knees. Boil that pasta elbow style, let it cook just
Alright, next guys, we're going to get the green pepper cut up.
coming through. It's a creamy ride. Milk or cream, stir it smooth. Add that cheese.
Alright guys, so stay tuned.
Gonna bake this dish to survive tonight. Breadcrumbs on top, golden crunch. Oven set hot, be ready for lunch. Layer that steak, mix it real clean. Mac and cheese never tasted as mac and cheese. Oh yes, please.
Guys, stay tuned. We're going to get the scallion washed. Alright guys, so we're going to get the scallion cut up.
Creamy cheesy, bring it to your knees.
Alright guys, that's it for that. And for the thyme, guys, so now we're gonna get our onion, thyme, and scallion and green pepper in now. Stay tuned.
One big bite and you'll believe it's the best mac and cheese.
Alright, I basically just peel them off like this. Alright guys, that's it. So stay tuned. We're going to get it mixed up. So I'm going to get this season mixed up in the steak, guys.
You'll believe it's the best mac and cheese you'll ever receive.
So we're gonna let this cook down until the veggies get a little soft out. I just want to make sure everything is blended in good, guys. I lost the onion. I see these vegetables trying to jump out the pack. Alright guys, so stay tuned. We're gonna let that cook down a little bit and we'll be right back. Alright guys, check back in. I'm just gonna give this a stir. And guys, it smells so good. Alright guys, stay tuned. We're going to get a little brown in it and some water and let that cook down just a bit. Okay guys? Stay tuned. Alright guys, check back in. Alright, so now that we have let that cook for about like 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to pour in maybe about a teaspoon of browning. That's good, guys. Get that mixed up. Alright guys, so now I'm gonna stir this up really good. I'm pouring about a half a cup of water, or you guys can pour in as much as you think. I mean, what best fits you guys. I am only going to use a half a cup. I don't want this to cook all the way through, being that it is going to cook with the mac and cheese in the oven. I want it well done, but not well done, right? I'm just gonna let it kind of steam. Here we go. We're gonna get in half cup. And that's half cup. I'll mix it in really good. So the noodles we'll be using today is by Barilla. I like the penny kind. Penny kind it gives it a nice texture. They stay together, and it makes the mac and cheese taste a lot better. So guys, stay tuned. We're gonna get the water in the pot and get that boiled up before we drop the noodles in. Okay. And that's pretty much good, guys. Alright guys, so stay tuned and we'll be back to get the noodles in. Alright guys, so next we're gonna get our cheese grated up for the mac and cheese. So don't mind the open, guys. I literally started shredding it already beforehand. So I have the sharp cheddar, 1 block of the sharp cheddar. I also have 1 block of extra sharp cheddar, and I'm gonna be using a bag of mozzarella. Okay guys, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so here is the extra sharp cheddar mixed with a little sharp cheddar. I'm gonna get the rest of the sharp cheddar cut out. That's what we're gonna do next. Alright guys, so stay tuned. I use this side because I like the bigger medium-sized shred, just for the top and a little to mix into the middle of the mac and cheese. It's one of my favorite foods, guys. I love mac and cheese, especially with steak. Oh gosh. Alright guys, so check in on the steak. It is cooking down lovely. Smells amazing. Yeah guys, so we just kind of want to get the steak a little bit more softer. So we're just going to cook it for about like 15 more minutes, okay? So stay tuned. Alright guys, so we finally got all our cheddar cut up. And now we're going to put this off to the side to chill, because we don't want it to melt out before the food. So we're going to put this to the side to chill for about 5 minutes. Or until, you know, we get the food together, okay? Alright guys, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so I went ahead and peeled my carrots. I'm going to get them washed up, and then we're going to shred them, okay, for the salad. Alright guys, so our water is boiling now, so we're going to get our noodles in. And this typically takes about, like it says, 11 to 12 minutes for al dente, so that's where we want to get it, because it is going to cook in the oven like I told you guys before, okay guys? Now what you want to do is just make sure you keep stirring on these noodles, because sometimes they do stick together. I am going to add a little bit of oil because it does help with the stickiness. A little bit of the oil now. That's really, maybe just one more. Still, that's good. You don't want to put too much, because then it makes the noodles kind of clumpy and it gives it a white residue, and you don't really want that in your noodles. Alright guys, so stay tuned.
Please, oh yes please, bake in the oven with that pepper steak.
Alright, so that's about good right there. We're going to make them bubble, and we'll be right back guys. Alright guys, check back in on the steak. Looking good. It is really almost there guys. I believe that we have maybe like 5 more minutes on it, and we're good with that. And then we'll get it mixed in with the noodles. Alright guys, check back in. Alright guys, stay tuned while the noodles cook. I'm gonna get started on our cucumber. I'm gonna get it all washed up, and then we're gonna get it cut. So stay tuned guys. Alright guys, so I got my cucumber peeled, washed guys. Forgive me, alright. Got my cucumber washed, so I'm gonna get it shred, and then we're gonna cut it up, okay? Stay tuned. Alright guys, so now our cucumber is ready. Now we're going to cut it up.
Got my steak on the board, time to slice it right. Serrano flank, we cooking good tonight. Bell pepper in my hand, red and green so bright.
Alright guys, so that's it. Now we're gonna put our cucumber to the side and check on our noodles, okay? So stay tuned. Alright guys, check in. We're gonna get the noodles.
And then paprika too. So
Overcooked. And if you guys want to stop the cooking process, it's good to use cold water to stop the cooking process for the noodles. I'm probably not gonna use a lot of it. I'm just gonna rinse off them, and then we're gonna get them in the pan and ready with the steak, okay guys? So stay tuned. Alright guys, I think that looks a little bit better, right? Alright, so we're gonna use this one. Now we're gonna get our seasoning mixed in for the noodle, and then we'll mix in the steak, so stay tuned. Alright, first guys, we're gonna get a little bit of salt, so I'm gonna do a ½ teaspoon. that's pretty good. I'm going to do a half teaspoon of black pepper. I want to use it enough to taste. So I think that's about good. Alright guys, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so now we're going to get in about 1 tablespoon of butter, okay? Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're going to get in our 1 tablespoon of butter. You don't want to put too much because remember the steak is oily. Alright guys, so stay tuned. We'll get the rest of the ingredients in. Alright guys, so we're going to get in the mozzarella and get it all together, okay? So we're going to do half the bag of mozzarella because we still want to get some for the top, okay? Alright guys, stay tuned. We're going to get some shredded cheddar in, okay? Alright guys, so we got our shredded cheddar. So you're just going to put maybe about a handful. Because we're just using this to mix inside for the layer, for the inside of the mac and cheese, okay? So just about that is good. We're also going to be using an egg to hold together the mac and cheese. So stay tuned. I'll get the egg cracked and then we'll get it inside. Alright guys, so we got our egg cracked. Let's go ahead and put it in. So we're going to get in a half a cup of milk inside of the mac and cheese. This is going to be our mixture. After that, we're going to add our steak and mix it all in, okay guys? Now you guys can use carnation milk or regular milk or 2% milk for this. It all depends on what fits you best. Alright guys, so stay tuned. We're going to get the steak in now, okay? Alright guys, there's our steak looking lovely. So let's go ahead and get that in and we'll be right back, okay? Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead and get our steak inside. Guys, you want to kind of drain off whatever excess gravy is there. You can add it at the end, okay? But you don't want it to soggy up everything. Just add milk, so we don't want it to be too much moisture. It's going to take longer to cook and the noodles are going to overcook. Alright guys, so I'm going to get a mixing spoon, get that all mixed up, and then we'll get the rest of the toppings on, okay? So stay tuned. Add a mix in. You want to make sure everything is mixed in well and it's not off to just one side, guys, okay? Because remember, we still have the egg in there. We have to mix that up. Make sure everything is holding together good. Uh-oh, I lost 2 of my noodles again. Alright guys, stay tuned while I get this all mixed up. I don't just want to hold it because the egg is on the corner of the pan. You want to make sure the egg evenly stretches throughout the whole mac and cheese and not just to one side. Okay guys. So now once you get that evenly distributed, we're going to add our top layer on, okay guys? So stay tuned. Alright guys, now we're going to get our cheese topping on. Start with the cheddar cheese first, being that it's more. And I have to kind of stretch it across. I use the mozzarella to fill in where I can't fill in with the cheddar. And it also gives it a nice little look too. Guys, if you lose some cheddar, it's totally fine. I've been doing it all day. Everything looks like it wants to jump out the pan from me. Evenly get it spread it out, guys. I love when my mac and cheese is cheesy. I have cheese and it's not spread out good. It doesn't give it that mac and cheese flavor. It's kind of dry. And if you guys are like me, just make sure you spread it evenly and you get it all where you need, okay? Alright guys, stay tuned. We get the mozzarella in. Alright guys, so we got our mozzarella. So let's go ahead and get that in. Shout out to Tropical. Sometimes their cheese is good, but it's not as salty as all the other ones. Alright guys, pretty good. Let's just go ahead and spread that over the cheddar. We'll kind of go around the corners really good. This used to be one of my favorite things to eat. Anytime I go anywhere, if I'm at a cookout, at a baby shower, I'm looking for this first. Looks like all the noodle is covered except for this little corners being very stubborn. So the last little bit, guys, you can just kind of just cover over the cheddar with. Had my stove preheated to 350, and I'm gonna cook the noodles for maybe about 20 minutes. Okay guys, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got our mac and cheese covered, but not too tightly because we want it to still be able to breathe. We want the cheese to melt in and not melt on the back of the pan. Okay guys, so stay with me as we get the mac and cheese in and we get started on the salad. Alright guys, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so we got our lettuce washed up. And now we're going to go ahead and get it peeled and cut. Just like that, guys.
Through mac and cheese, oh yes please. Baked in the oven with that devastating breeze. Cheddar and mozzarella melted with ease. Creamy cheesy, bring it to your knees.
Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get that together with our carrot and our cucumber. So stay tuned guys. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get our lettuce in with the cucumber and the carrot, and then we'll get those all mixed up. So alright guys, so I'm going to get in 1 teaspoon of vinegar. I'm also going to get in 1 teaspoon of sugar, guys. One teaspoon. Then we're going to just mix it all in, okay guys? So stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're just going to give this a toss. Guys, that is good. Alright guys, check in. So this is the final product of the pepper steak mac and cheese. Stay tuned. We're gonna get it plated so you guys can see what it looks like, and we're gonna get an opinion from somebody for a taste test. Alright, so guys, hold on and stay tuned.
Yeah guys, thank you for watching guys. Remember to like, share and subscribe guys. This lovely meal, we got the steaks.
Flavor coming through. Mac and cheese.
Give
Oh yes
thumbs up.
please. Baked in the oven with that devastating breeze. Cheddar and mozzarella.
But it's not the looks. We're gonna taste it.
Alright,
stay tuned guys.
Alright, there you have it guys. That's the finished product. This is how it looks. It's very colorful, very bright, vibrant. It's a beautiful plate, man. Alright guys, so I want you guys to try it out. Let me know how it tastes. Drop in the comments if you loved it, if you liked it, if you didn't care for it. Let us know.
In the oven with that devastating breeze. Cheddar and mozzarella melting with ease. Creamy cheesy, bring it to your knees.
Veggies. And then hold on guys. Guys, she did great. Guys, this is great. This is great. I love this one, guys.
Alright guys, there you have it. So thank you guys for tuning in with us at the Greens Family Lifestyle TV, and we'll see you guys next time.
Cheddar and mozzarella melting with ease. Creamy cheesy, bring it to your knees.